Hey, everybody. I just wanted to drop in here. I know that the Booking Blitz, you guys have rocked it. It is awesome, and I love when we do this as a team because it definitely gives you a chance to check things out. I should probably, start with introducing myself. My name is Sierra DeVoe. I am a senior director with Color Street. I've been with the company a little over 2 years. I'm coming up on my 2.5 year mark, actually. I signed up under Ashlyn, and Jenna is now my upline, and she asked me to go live to talk a little bit about follow through and follow up afterwards. I guess for my team, I consider it follow through. So you've hosted these parties, you've booked them, you set them up, and a lot of times you have customers who may be brand new. I mean, actually, sometimes you run into customers who are, repeat that you maybe see quite a bit of. I do want to touch on just a couple quick points. I won't take a lot of time tonight because I know it's Sunday and the time change is tough, and things are kind of crazy at our house. I'm sure you can hear people running around upstairs while they wait for pizza. So I just wanted to kind of tell you, this is how I do my follow-up or my follow-through after a party. This is the same whether I go to someone's house, I do a lunch date, we do Manny's and wine, or even if I do it online, strictly Facebook, or I mail out catalogs and they order online. It's all the same on how I do it. So I make sure that as people order, I write down their information. I'm kind of an Excel sheet junkie. So I make an Excel sheet for each party and I just put down who ordered what. So I have an idea. And then I also make sure that I at least capture their address as well as their email. I will send out a thank you card to them. I get them in the Target dollar aisle. There's like 24, maybe in a pack for like $3. So I will just write on there, hey, thank you for attending so-and-so's party. I hope you're enjoying your order of Pacific Waters, Moon River, Shangri-La, and Baton Rouge. If you have any questions, my card's in here. Please let me know. And I do it that way. I am not sure how you guys set up your actual parties online through Facebook. I do them in groups, and I keep those groups open. I will go back into those groups, and I will drop in and say, hey, the spring line is launching here shortly. Make sure you get to my Facebook group, Fit to be Polished, so you don't miss out on any details. Or I just went through and dropped in, I think I have like 6 or 7 groups out there still for parties. And I just dropped the Easter sets that just launched. I try to kind of go back in and touch those customers. I will also go back and the people who attended the party I just did a couple weeks ago, when Easter launched last week, I sent them all either a Facebook message or an email and said, hey, I hope your sets are going great. I just wanted to let you know we have our Easter sets that just launched. I try to make a little bit of urgency about it because I also mentioned, hey, our St. Patrick's Day sets are still available. However, these are the ones that have sold out so far. So in my follow-up, I just try to make sure I'm mentioning new things happening in the company. I always want to check and just make sure that their sets are okay. I did have one customer completely out of the blue. I was like, I need to follow up with this party. I usually follow up a week after, making sure that all of their sets, they got their order, everything looks okay, if they have any questions. And then I wait about a month and I will message them again and just say, hey, I'm just checking in. I wanted to see, how did your sets go? Did you have any questions? Is there anything I can help you with? Would you be interested in hosting a party anytime in the next couple weeks? Here's the great hostess rewards that our company offers, which are fantastic. So I just try to go back and make sure that I am touching base with them, because a lot of times a customer will say, oh, hey, I got London Calling, but I was looking more for a Baton Rouge kind of color. Is there something I can do? Yep, great. If you want to, I can send you out that Baton Rouge. If you want to send me the London Calling, or hey, why don't you hang on to that London Calling? You might actually, have a need for it later. I'll send you out a Baton Rouge completely on me. 9 times out of 10, that person is, 1, super grateful, and 2, they're like, hey, thanks for reaching out and making sure that my party, or that my order is okay. I got everything I needed. Because let's be honest, even if you post 1,000,001 nail fees, it looks different to everybody. The setting, the color, the lights, the filters sometimes that people put on them do make a difference. So I always try to make sure I touch base at that 1 week that all of their orders arrived. They got everything that they needed. And then I also touch base at that 1 month mark. Sometimes I will go back and maybe 3 to 6 months, I'll just kind of drop in. And especially with the spring launch coming up, I've really tried to go back and do that to my parties I have open. Hey, our spring line is launching soon. I was just checking in to see, hey, would you be interested in hosting a party, making sure that they're in my VIP group, or at least part of my email that the email that comes out from the company. But then I also send one out to my customers on my own who have said they were interested. But follow-up is so, so important, because it just comes back to you and says, hey, Sierra's not just selling me nails online. She's really making sure that what I got is what I wanted. I want to make sure that they're happy. I want to make sure that they love Color Street as much as I do, as I rock naked nails. Sorry, I've had Cherry Bonbon on for as long as I possibly could wear it, and I didn't want to take it off. And I finally had to take it off yesterday. It was looking pretty bad, but 2 weeks, it rocked it. So, but definitely follow-up is so, so important. It just lets your company know, hey, Jenna, it just lets your company know, or your customers know, that Color Street is awesome and you want them to fall in love with the product. And they're not going to do that unless they're happy or know that someone cares enough about them to check in and say, hey, is your order okay? Is there any questions you have? And sometimes if they're like me, I will get an order in and I'll be like so excited, and I'll set it down on the counter, and then it'll get buried in all of my stuff. It'll get like in the kids' sports schedules and lunch stuff and school things they bring home. So that's why I like that 1 month check. Like, hey, have you tried a set yet? Do you have any questions? A lot of times I'll get people who are like, oh crap, I set that down with so-and-so and it got put in somebody else's room, or it's on top of the fridge and I don't know how it got there. So, that follow-up is just super, super important to make sure that those customers are happy and they are loving the company. And you, as a stylist as well, you want them to come to you when they're like, oh, so-and-so's having a Color Street party and I really want to go back to Sierra because she touched base with me and I know she'll take care of my friends who are brand new to the company, or I know that she'll take care of me as a hostess as well. So that's the most important part, is definitely building those relationships, because as you build those relationships, those people will hopefully one day decide to join your team, or they will be huge advocates for you to pull in people to build your team. So that's why follow-up is so important. People just want to know, especially customers, they want to know like, hey, I care about you. I thank you for your order, and I appreciate it completely, and I want to make sure that you are happy with where you are. So I guess that's how I see my follow-up. I do the 1 week check, make sure they got their order, and I do the 1 month check for sure, just to make sure that, hey, have you tried a set? Did everything go okay? Do you have any questions? Is there any other sets you would like to add? Is another good one. So just touching base with them and, talking about who they are and the orders that they got, which is really important. So it won't take up a whole lot of your time on a Sunday. My crew is making their way down the stairs, and they're getting a little pizza hangry over here from playing outside. So I hope you guys all have an awesome time. You have rocked this booking blitz, and I speak for all of us as leaders that you ladies are amazing. You are a blessing, and you work your tails off, and I'm excited. So if you have any questions at all, whether I am, in your upline or not, please feel free to comment on here, add me on Facebook. I'm an open book. I would love to help in any way that I can help you out. So great job, ladies. Keep rocking it. You are all super amazing. So have a good night. And hopefully the time change didn't bother you too awful much today. And next week is a full moon and Friday the 13th. So it's going to be an interesting week. So have a good time, ladies. Have a good weekend. Love you all. Have a good night.